need to catch up this morning?
No thank you.
Alright, you take care. We're off free refills, by the way.
You too. Good morning. Here I am getting food again. What did you expect from me? Headed to a doctor's appointment. Just dropped Savannah off at school. My goodness, y'all, my camera's about to die. That's not good. Oh, total fail. I thought it was charged. Anyways, I plan on doing a pregnancy update today, later in the day sometime. I'm headed to my routine OB appointment. We are 20 weeks currently, so that's exciting. Trevor is out hunting, so we will catch y'all later because I don't know how long this camera is gonna last. Look. What's that? That's track. That's fresh track.
Nah, man.
Yes, it is.
Don't get your hopes up.
These tracks have not been here.
Ain't no track.
We're in the woods again, of course.
Seeing stuff.
In my nice wardrobe. Checking cameras. If there's nothing on that camera's broken because there's not seen those tracks. You can show me. There's something on there.
Yeah, you forgot to turn the camera back on.
No, I know, because no.
Yeah.
You need to check the batteries in that.
Ain't got nothing to do with the battery. You didn't turn the camera on.
I hit it.
You hit what?
I hit it and I
You
looked.
turned it off is what you did.
No, I did not.
The last picture, it was working until Jamie walked her butt up here in front of it. Look at that. That old boy probably out here eating this morning. I don't even know it.
No, we're having camera malfunction.
What were you doing to the camera?
I was making sure it was working. Making sure I had a picture.
Look, everybody, she's trying to take a selfie.
Can you see that?
Trying to take a selfie.
No, I was trying to make sure. I said, well, I can get all up in it.
First,
to
let
make
me
sure
take a
that
selfie.
Our cameras are faulty. See, they've always been talking about how these Wild Game Innovations are crap cameras, and we've had nothing but issues this year.
There you go. Well, you say that, but...
Y'all, I don't know if you've watched our videos, you've probably heard me talk about this. I put this camera out last year. It was only out for like a week, and then the water came up, and I thought this thing was sitting in the Gulf of Mexico and floated off, and it's still here, standing on this twig. I bet it doesn't work, but I'm curious if the card's any good, if there's anything on it. I can't believe that's still there. I'm gonna have to tell my dad about that. I was like, there's no way that twig withheld the flood. What kind of camera is that?
Wild Game.
Oh crap, it was one of the good ones.
One of the what? Ooh.
I have been hoping to get the crib up, basically all the furniture up and arranged, that way I can figure out what I want to put everywhere. Because I've got some stuff planned for the nursery, but I don't know how much I need, etc. Here's a sneak peek of our nursery. Of course, this is going to be DIY because I always decide to do these ideas and then I end up having to make like everything for the nursery. So it's not perfect because I'm not the perfect artist. So close to the camera. It says, I love you like gumbo. So does that give y'all a hint what we're going to do for our little Louisiana baby? I'm excited to see it all come together. We're gonna have family paint some things, and then I'm gonna make some things, and we're gonna order what we can, so it's gonna be really fun. I am going to do my 20-week pregnancy update video today. I don't think I did an official update since 12 weeks maybe. I don't know, you can go back and look at that video, but if you are new here, I'm gonna just kind of give a rundown of our pregnancy. So at 10 weeks, we had the NIPT genetic testing done to make sure that our baby was healthy, and I actually came back as a carrier for something on the test, and then the baby came back to say that she had a chance of having Turner syndrome. So we were referred to high-risk specialists, and we've been seeing them just about every 2 weeks to 1 week. We've had different tests since then. The first test was another genetic test that was more extensive for me and Trevor and baby. That came back that I was a carrier for like 2 or 3 more things, and They didn't run the test again on baby because they had already ran it and they said it was the same testing, so it probably would have said the same thing anyways. So we didn't find out if that percentage of her having Turner's went up or down. Trevor was completely normal, which was great because some of the things that I'm a carrier for, well, mainly that first thing, if he had had it, then basically our kids would have had a higher chance of having this genetic disorder, I guess you could say. So anyways, we had that done. After that, I did not want to have the amniocentesis, but we decided to go forward with it because if the baby is a carrier for any, or if the baby has any of these things that I'm a carrier for, it could cause deafness, blindness, all these things. So we wanted to do what we could to be as prepared for her delivery. So we scheduled it. They called me back and they said they needed to do further testing on me. So they did a karyotype blood test on me where they normally take 20 cells and test them. They took 100 for me. So we did that. That actually took 2 weeks to come back instead of 1 because of the time it takes them to grow the cells and view them. That came back and I have an X deletion on one of my X chromosomes. So we had discussed about still doing the amniocentesis, but they didn't know if our insurance would cover it. And so they gave us the quote for how much the amniocentesis would be if it wasn't covered. So we had to wait another week because they were supposed to be getting all this information for us. And then they called back this week and said that they basically gave me the information, but the information didn't make any sense to me as far as insurance coverage. So I actually called the genetic company doing the test, and I called my insurance company and determined that they are actually out of network with our insurance. So our deductible is twice as much. We've already met a deductible for the year, but considering that it's out of network, it's a completely different deductible. It's double. And then I still had to pay. So we met our deductible for this year because I had surgery to diagnose me with endometriosis and clean that out. Well, now before we have Emery, I have to pay another deductible. So I already have that. And then just, I feel like an amniocentesis is more peace of mind at this point. So I didn't want to pay potentially all this money to be told, yes, your daughter has this, when she can be tested at delivery and they can tell us it was false alarm, you know, she doesn't have this. So we decided not to do the amnio. The amniocentesis would basically just be a peace of mind for us because honestly, every time we walk into an ultrasound, I get the most anxious feeling, and I feel like we're not settled until the doctor says she looks good, there's no fluid on her, because obviously the fluid is the biggest thing we worry about with Turner's, and it's the pregnancy more or less than getting her here. I talked to my OB this week at my appointment, my regular OB, and she actually said that she didn't see the point in doing the amniocentesis unless we plan to terminate the pregnancy if the baby was unhealthy, and we have no intentions of doing that. We've never have. In fact, the first time we walked into the high-risk doctor, I straight up told him, we're not aborting for any reason. And obviously he was super respectful of that. Did not expect that at all. I just kind of, I don't know. I've heard of doctors that, you know, they see something wrong with your baby and they immediately want you to terminate, and that's not what we believe in. So we're gonna love this baby, you know, as she is. And, you know, should she have had, I don't believe she does now, but should she have had something terminal, we would have loved her as long as we, you know, got to spend with her. So anyways, that's where we stand with all the testing and stuff if you've been following along. So at this point, in 20 weeks or less, we will be able to have her tested when she arrives, and we will get our answers. But then another thing is the X deletion on my chromosome. They're saying that that could possibly be throwing a false positive at the baby, and that's why she's testing for Turner's, and she doesn't actually have Turner's. But I feel like we're getting mixed answers, and I don't know how accurate that can be, but I honestly believe that if she does have Turner, she's still going to be okay, because she looks so good on ultrasound. Her heart looks good, her kidneys look good so far. I know we have so far to go, but at the same time, I feel a little bit better than I did a few weeks ago. As far as I'm feeling, I feel so much better. I'm not as tired anymore. I'm not nauseous all the time. Now, I have been getting sick. I think it's more of what I've been eating. I started cramping consistently, and so I went into my OB, and she did all these tests, and they couldn't figure out. She thought that it may be my C-section scar, which I don't think that's what it was caused from, but by the next week the cramping had went away, and now it's just hit or miss whenever I'm cramping. So, and I feel like that's probably more growth than any concern, because it wasn't like a contraction cramping, it was just straight cramping and super uncomfortable. Which was Savannah's pregnancy. I actually had an irritable uterus, and so they think that that could be a possibility of that going ahead and starting, and we hope not. Speaking of cramping, I had my first Braxton Hicks this week, so I'm like, oh man, those are already starting. If you're not aware of what Braxton Hicks are, those are practice contractions basically, so they don't do anything, they're just super annoying. Gained some weight, just a little bit, a few pounds. Oh, I say a few pounds. I know for sure 1 pound. I think 2 or 3 pounds by now. And everything is going well as far as that goes. We have bought her a few things. I bought her her first smock outfit. It has little crosses on it. So this is her first non-hand-me-down thing, I guess you could say, as far as smocked clothing goes. And then I purchased her these gowns because that makes changing diapers at night super easy. I bought her this little sister outfit. Oh, it's not focusing. There it goes. Cute little pants. And then I actually bought these at consignment. So this actually has an H on it. So for staying for her last name, obviously, I figured, last initial, it'll work. And then here's this one, and then we bought just 2 more. So I know I have a few from Savannah, but most of Savannah's were monogrammed. So obviously they have different initials, so we can't use those. I am wearing maternity clothes now. We are about to start on the nursery because Trevor told me that we needed to get started. Which I think is hilarious, because last time it was like, hey, will you put the crib up for me, will you do this? And of course he was like, sure, I'll do it. But this time he's like, yeah, you need to get started on that. But like I said, it's going to be completely custom, so I'm going to have to put in a lot of work. And the fact that she's going to be delivered just a few weeks after my busy season ends, I should probably get started. So we're going to start that, and then eventually we will do a baby room reveal, which we'll be super excited to do. That'll be later on, so subscribe and then you'll get to see that. And then we obviously, hopefully everything goes well and we can have a normal delivery and we can get a birth vlog. I have a photographer booked for the delivery, but at this point, I have not even discussed delivery with doctors yet, because I don't know. I don't think I'm going to deliver at the hospital that I wanted to, which I'm kind of bummed about, but I know that the other hospital will still be in good hands and they have a NICU. But I don't know if the high-risk doctors will be delivering me or if my OB will actually team with them, which I hope she will be in the delivery. So we shall see. But like I said, I'm about to start asking all those questions so that we can get a game plan going. Anyways, that's it for my 20-week pregnancy update. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. But really, that's all I have for now. So I'll give another update eventually, maybe 10 weeks from now. But thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to see more. We have a fun week ahead of us. Bye, guys. Oh, and I forgot to do a bump. That's where we currently stand.